Ooh, that looks tasty.
Welcome, folks. Today, the Hungry Gamer is back with another crowdfunding preview. And today, we're talking about Cosmoctopus from Paperfort Games and designed by Henry Audubon. Now, before I get started, please make sure you turn on your Klingon subtitles, because if I make any mistakes in the rules overview, that's where you will find the corrections. Additionally, please do note that everything you see here is still in the prototype phase and is subject to change and upgrade. Now, what Cosmoctopus is it is a Euro-style game in which you are a member of a cult to the great Inky One Cosmoctopus, whom you can see right here. And you are doing your very best to summon him from his inky realm into the world that we know and love. And in order to do that, you're going to be doing your very best to pull him through the portal that you have here and get all 8 of his tentacles through as well. And if you are able to do that, you will have summoned Cosmoctopus and you will be the winner and get to view him in all his glory. Or her glory, or their glory, or I'm not here to tell you how Cosmoctopus identifies. And to do that, you're going to be doing a resource collection and tableau building style game. Now, if you are not interested in how this game is played, so jump into my final thoughts, then you want to go to the timestamp on the screen right now, for those of us still here. Let's talk about how this game is played. And so the first thing you're going to do on your turn is you are going to move Cosmoctopus, and you always must move Cosmoctopus. And wherever you move to, that is what you're going to get. So if we move right here, then we would collect 3 ink, which we'll be able to use in just a bit. Or if we were to move here, we'd get 3 stars. Here we'd get 3 coins. Here we would get a star and a single card, which we'd be able to draw from this market over here, and so on and so on. Now, you're also going to be able to expend any one resource, and so instead of moving just one, you could then spend one of your resources and then move a second place as well, because perhaps you wanted to collect some whispers as opposed to stars. Then, once you have finished your turn, you have the option to play a card if you have any in your hand. You do start the game with some. So in this case, let's just say that I had this card already in my hand. And up here, it's going to cost me 3 stars and then 5 of anything else. So assume that I have played it. And now what this type of card is going to do is this is going to be one of the ways that I can get tentacles. On any later turn, what's going to happen is if I collect a whisper, I can place that right here. And then on another turn, if I collect an ink, I could put it there. And once I have the ink, as I collect these, I could place them down. Once it's totally full, I would gain a tentacle, and then I would get to I'd be able to play a card without having to pay for it. Other types of cards are these right here, which kind of build up your tableau. And this simply means from now on, anytime I have a whisper, I can use it as anything else. And then we have these cards like this, which are instant effects. Then once you've reached the end of your turn, you will rotate Cosmoctopus so it is gazing upon the next player, and then it will be their turn to move and play a card. Now, you are limited by components to only 8 of any single resource. However, you'll notice there are these forbidden knowledge tokens here. If somehow on a single turn you can get up to that 13, you'll be able to purchase one of these, this forbidden knowledge, which also comes with 2 tentacles. And you're simply going to play around and around like so until one player has collected all 8 tentacles, until one player has managed to summon all 8 of the Cosmoctopus's tentacles, and then they will be the winner and the one who has pulled him from the inky realm. And you have a lovely little thing that looks like that, and you get to take a picture of it. Of course, you can't really see it from this angle, but you get the idea. And that's pretty much it. That's how this game works. There are a few other rules in there, and you can also always place the board out with these tiles in several different configurations to vary up how the game is played. But overall, that's it. So what do I like about this game? The first thing is I am completely in love with the theme of this. It is just the absolute best. It is taking the whole Cthulhu style theme, which I don't really care about, and it's just kind of sending it up in a way that I just love. I love everything about the theme and the way it comes together. And along with that, because the art is just so freaking cute, it makes it far more attractive to me. One of the things that I rarely like in games is when they're kind of dark and gritty, Oathsworn notwithstanding, because I love that one, but usually I don't like something really dark, and this isn't. It's just light and kind of fluffy and goofy, and I even talked to the designer, and I was like, so what actually happens when Cosmoctopus is summoned? And he said, well, we don't really know. And then he compared Cosmoctopus kind of to a cat, where the cat's not necessarily malicious, but it's going to knock stuff around. And because Cosmoctopus is so powerful, the world's in trouble, because, you know, if the world was actually flat, Cosmoctopus would be knocking everything right off. But all of that I just really like. And along with that, the way that they've done the production, again, just a prototype that I have, that Cosmoctopus head, and the way you're pulling the tentacles and you're putting it on your thing, and then when you win, you get to put your Cosmoctopus head in there, and it's kind of rising out of the portal. But even down to where when it's not your turn and you're done, you have to turn the gaze of Cosmoctopus to someone else. It's so silly and it's so fun. I was playing with Original Don the other day, and we were sitting there like we would not take our turn. We would just sit there and stare at each other until the gaze of Cosmoctopus was upon us. And it's just lovely and fun and delightful. Along with that, it's so simple to learn, and it is so simple to play. There's a couple of rules that are a little bit tricky to grasp for us. The submerge rule is one, but for the most part, it's just super easy to pick up and easy to play. It's not hard to understand how to move around. None of that is hard. It's not hard to see how you're going to do the things you need to do. It's just a matter of can you do them more efficiently and faster and build a better engine and make the right choices for your engine than everybody else around the table. Really, really cool. However, at the same time, that simplicity allows you to find other ways to add to the complexity of the game. And for that, I'm thinking about how you can change the layout of the board. Because playing in the simple square, it's it's easy, it's simple. You're always no more than 2 turns away from anywhere you want to be. However, you can put it in an X, and that's hugely different. You can make it in a circle or an S or whatever, and that suddenly makes getting things done that much more challenging. You have to reevaluate what it is that you're trying to do. And I really, really appreciate that. I just think that's wonderfully, wonderfully, wonderfully done. It also has a solo co-op that it works. And it's a type of thing that if that's what you're looking for, then you have a solo here. It's not onerous to play. It's not that hard to do. And it's there for you, and you feel like you have a challenge, and you feel like you're playing against something. At the same time, the ability to play that co-op, I really like. It's one of the things that my wife and I do with Euphoria from Stonemaier. We will often play a co-op against the AIs, and as long as we both win before that, we've won. And it's that type of game, when you get to do that, allows for a lovely collaboration between people, if that's what you're looking for. So all of that, I think, is really, really well done. All of the different cards and the art on the cards and the fluff of the cards, what they're named, and it's great. And they all do enough things that are similar enough so you see the color of the cards, you have an idea of what they're going to do, but they all do something different. And so you have those choices you have to make. Which one am I going to take? Which one am I going to play? When am I going to play one? Because all the cards you have in your hand are super powerful in some way. Fantastic choices you have to make there. So what are my quibbles with the game? Well, this is an odd review for me. And that is because my quibbles are kind of just the flip side of the things that I said I think are strengths of the game. And so, simplicity. This is not a deep and heavy game. It's going to take you all of 4 minutes to learn how to play this game. Go. That's it. You are not getting a lot of depth from this game. Along with that, it's really, really cute. I mean, who wouldn't want to summon Cosmoctopus, right? But if you're a hardcore Cthulhu Arkham horror type person, maybe that is just anathema to you and you are not interested in that at all. So it's just something for you to think about. And then the last thing that I'll throw out there, and the only thing that's not the flip side of a coin, is there's nothing about this game that is revolutionary, right? It's resource management. It's kind of worker placement, right? You're moving Cosmoctopus around and you're activating the spaces. And you're building a tableau engine, you're doing some contract fulfillment. None of those things are revolutionary. In fact, even the way they're put together is not necessarily revolutionary, right? So if you're looking for something that has not been done before in any way, shape, or form, this is not it. However, but really that's it, folks. I think this is a delightful game. I am just completely tickled by it. I think if you are looking for a light Euro game, that has lots of options on how you can mix it up, and this one is really a fantastic option, especially if you look at that box, you're like, ooh, let me summon you, right? It's perfect. This is a light game that does not feel like you're just playing mechanics. Even though this is about as Euro as a Euro can get, that theme is creeping in because of the production, because of the thought put into the name on the card, because of all of those things. This game is really, I think, one of the better light Euros that I've played in quite some time. So there you have it, folks. That is Cosmoctopus. As always, if I made any mistakes in the rules overview, please let me know in the comments with the timestamp so I can get that into the Klingon subtitles. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.